And I'll be checking in to make sure that I'm not missing anyone's comments. If you have any questions, please make sure that you comment and let me know. Give me some love, give me some comments. It'll be awesome to see you guys active. It's the last day of the year. Depending on where you are in the world, you're already in the new year. So let's make this happen. All right, so seven-figure brands, okay? Before I dive into explaining how to brand yourself, I would like to give you some feedback. So if you guys are watching and you want me later on to get some feedback on your profiles, please let me know. But the first thing that I would like to explain very quickly, because this is a fundamental concept that I need to explain for everything else to make sense. So this is a funnel. This is a sales funnel, okay? This is what I call your organic funnel. If you're marketing on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, anywhere, it doesn't matter where you're marketing, it doesn't matter where you're working. If you are marketing your services online, that means that you have the same funnels as I have. Hey, Amy from Nebraska, that's super awesome. Nadej from Scotland, Mexico, Jesse's in Mexico, that's amazing. So look, guys, this is your organic funnel, okay? You open up your Facebook profile or your LinkedIn profile or your Instagram profile, and the first thing that you do is to brand yourself. Why? Because all these people up here, the people at the top of the funnel, are the people that you're gonna send friend requests, or they will send a friend request to you. And these are the people that they get in touch with your profile. It is the first impression. And you know that there is no second chances for a first impression. So if people here get scared because your profile is too salesy, is too pushy, or you don't have the right information, they will run away. So that means that they're not gonna get in touch with your content and probably not with your brand. And I'll explain what a brand is later on. But first of all, let's get this clear, okay? Now, these people here, some of them, they're gonna become an engaging fan, you know, people who have some interest in what you're doing, and they will show you're interested by engaging with your content. They'll like it, they'll love it, or they'll put comments on them, okay? Let me keep checking the comments here. Cool. I keep checking the comments, guys. Make sure that you are active, so I know that there's people at the other side. Anyway, once they raise their interest and they understand that you are someone who might help them, so they go through the know, like, and trust, right? Because they've been consuming your content, then you will start a conversation on Messenger. And this is where you keep building your relationship with them, okay? And finally, if they are a good fit, and if you are a good fit for them, then they might become your client. This is your organic funnel, okay? There's no ads, there's no complicated shit. You only need your Facebook profile, Instagram or LinkedIn, or whatever social media you wanna choose. So, is that concept clear, guys? Type it in the comments. I'm gonna wait for a couple of seconds or minutes. I wanna make sure that everything I'm explaining, it's making sense, because it's so important. If I explain the rest and we don't really understand this concept, it's gonna be really hard. So please type it in the comments and let me know if this is all good with you. I'm waiting. This concept is gonna be really hard. So please type it in the comments and let me know if this is all good with you. Damn. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to have all the screens here. I'm waiting. This concept is gonna be really hard. So please. Oh my gosh, there you go. Okay, yes, very clear. Okay, now I get the comments in front of me. Sorry, guys. Now I see it. Cool. All right, let's keep going then. Now, this is the organic six-figure method funnel, okay? This is the funnel that I personally use, and I call it the organic six-figure method, and it is what I use. This is my system, guys. I've never revealed that before in a public setting like this one. Houston, yeah. But this is the strategy that I follow in my first year in business, okay? And I'm gonna explain. The first thing, everything starts with your brand, for the reason that I explained a second ago. Because guess what? If I reach out to you and we get in touch with on Facebook or LinkedIn, the first thing that people do is to look at your profile. Or who's this person sending me a friend request? Who's this person connecting with me? Who's this person engaging with my content? And they will look at your profile, and then they will see your brand, okay? And we'll go through every step of the way and understand how to create this brand. For now, just bear with me, okay? The next thing that you wanna do is to build an audience of clients or potential clients that are likely to engage with your brand. So this is why it's super important that you understand your audience really well before you build your brand. Now, the next thing that you're gonna do is to influence them. And influencing someone, it doesn't mean that you're gonna do like shady stuff. It means that through your content and through interacting with them and the results and the stuff that you're gonna be posting using your brand, these people are gonna understand and go through the know, like, and trust fast, okay? But this audience here needs to be targeted. It doesn't serve to be adding people randomly or to be connecting with people who might not have the need to hire you or might not get any benefit out of the content that you'll be dropping. And then, of course, once you have an audience of people that know you, like you, and trust you, then you need to learn how to convert this audience, okay? And then this audience, well, now they are your clients. What's gonna happen is that you're gonna get them results. These results are not yours. Like, most people get this wrong, okay? Most people online, they think that the only thing they care about is their own results. This is why they never get any result. Because unless your business is focused on helping people, it's your mission. Your business needs to be helping people, and they need to be getting results, okay? It doesn't matter if you wanna help. If you actually are not helping, then you cannot use the results to feed back into your brand and to keep building momentum. So now, is this concept clear, guys? Is this hitting with everyone, or is this like some kind of foreign language that no one is understanding? Please type it in the comments, because now I can actually see what you guys are saying, and I don't see anything coming, and I don't see any love. So maybe I'm gonna give love to myself. See, come on, give me some love and let me know if that hits home for you, and if you don't have any question, because once I move on, I'm not gonna come back here. Okay, well, Jesse, you should know this really well. okay, I like the hearts. Oh, yes, yeah. This makes me so happy, guys. You should give me some love. It's freaking New Year's Eve, and I'm here working for you. Okay, clear. Great, I love it. Cool. So I'm gonna move on. Okay. Stan, your magic, lots of love. Yeah, I like the love, man. I like. If you see, guys, that I'm looking at one side and the other, it's because I've got two screens here. I've got my computer, and then I've got my iPad here, so I can see who's watching. Now, let's talk about what is a brand. And look, I was going to ask you, what do you think a brand is? Or what do you think it's a brand? Type it in the chat box before I start talking, so I know what do you think a brand is, because that's going to be so much fun. Well, I have already revealed what a brand is. A brand, it is not something static. A brand, it's not a logo, it's not a website, it is not a super cool slogan. Some people spend like thousands of dollars and a lot of time building like the perfect website, the perfect logo, the perfect colors and everything else. And this is not your brand, okay? Your brand, it only exists in your customers' brains, in your customers' minds. Now, let me give you an example. You know Apple, right? Some people love Apple and some people hate Apple. Now, how can it be possible if it's the same thing? One hates the brand and the other one loves the brand. And if you talk to these people, usually people that love Apple, like I do, hate Microsoft. How can it be possible if it's the same brand, the same logo, the same everything, and one loves it and the other one doesn't? Because the brands, your brand is an idea in people's minds, and your website, your logo, and all this sort of stuff, it's irrelevant. The brand, it's not completely irrelevant. It's not the most important part of your brand. Now, the most important part of your brand is understanding what your clients and the people that you get in touch and interact with think about you. What people are saying when you're not in the room, what people believe about you, what you do, your mission, your values, and all this sort of stuff. Now, we're going to do a pretty cool exercise here. But before, why branding? Yeah, okay. So Nadej, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Your brand is how and what people think of you. Fucking awesome. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, and the thing is that you cannot tell people how they must think about you. You can only influence them. This is why you've seen on the first stage, like this influence circle, because if I tell you guys, hey, I'm the coolest guy in the world, and even if I put myself a shirt that says, yeah, Carlos is the shit, well, you're gonna think it or you're not. I mean, it doesn't matter what's the message that I write in my t-shirt. If you hate me, if you don't like me, it doesn't matter. You will like me even less if I try to be cool and you think I'm not, right? So why branding? When you have the right brand and you're the authority and you're a reputed brand, you are someone who people know, like, and trust, that you can sell anything to your audience. Now, think about that. Tony Robbins, for example. Tony Robbins, he even sells like dietary supplements in his website. It's stuff that you can buy, like protein powder and all this sort of stuff. Then guess what? When you see Tony Robbins thinking something, you understand that it's something good. If you like Tony Robbins' brand, of course, because if you hate him, you will think it's rubbish. But personally, I love Tony Robbins. He is one of my biggest role models in my journey. And I know that what he does is quality. And he's got a very strong personal brand. Now, the second one is that you never have to worry about your competition. And this is why I keep talking and teaching to my clients that you need to understand that you are perfect as you are. You need to be authentic. You need to be you. Because when you start differentiating yourself and building a brand that it's different than anyone else, because it's your brand, it's got your voice, your journey, your story, then you don't need to care about your competition. Like people buying Apple, they don't like Microsoft. Apple is not worried about Microsoft. Apple will be worried about building a brand that's powerful, that builds a community, and that has like a bond connection with their clients. So this is why your focus needs to be on your brand. Now, the next one is that attracts customers passively. So you don't need to chase after clients. You just need to wait for them to come. You need to create a brand. And when a brand is powerful enough, what happens is that it is on top of the mind for your clients and for people who might not be your clients yet, but they know that when they need something that you provide, you are the first person that comes to their mind. Now, let's say that you need to buy, I don't know, like a t-shirt, shoes. Like if you like Nike, well, if you need to buy shoes, the first thing that you'll think about is Nike, because this is your favorite brand. And it's so powerful that you know that they got the best shoes ever, right? If you don't like Nike, you might like Adidas, you might like something else. But clients will come to you because you are in top of their minds if you have a powerful brand. Hey, thanks, Nikki. I like you too. Let me know if everything is making sense, guys. I'm going to get into the branding details in a minute, but I want to drive these points home. Now, when you have a brand that grows and it gets big enough momentum, it doesn't rely on you all the time. That means that, for example, my brand, when I started, I was doing everything myself. But now I already have like a team that's helping me. People know me because they know what I do. They know my work. They've seen my results. They've seen my client results. And all these things are things that I've built myself. But now I can step back and let my team work for me. because it doesn't rely on me all the time, because I've built something that is powerful enough so I can step back. Give me some love. Come on, I like seeing cats. I have to give love to myself. My gosh. Anyway, hey, let me know if everything it's hitting home for you guys. I'm gonna go really quick, but if you want me to slow down, I'm happy to do that. So everything clear about the previous slide? Why branding? Are we all happy with why we need branding? Is it clicking? Is it hitting home for everyone? Come on, type it in, and let me know. Awesome. Okay, I don't see many comments coming, but I'll keep going, okay? If you have any question or you need to stop me, please do. Now, what is personal branding and how do we understand personal branding? And look, guys, please let me know that you're paying attention, because this is a very, very super important concept here. Perfect. Yeah, cool. I know that there is like a little bit of delay, because since from the moment that I talk to the moment that you hear it, there's a few seconds. But look, okay, all good, great. So look, what is personal branding? Look, this here is how you see yourself. What does it mean? You have an idea about yourself. You have a belief. Okay, and this is why I keep talking about beliefs in all my lives and in all my trainings and everywhere else, because depending on the belief that you have about yourself, about life, about business, about everything, your life will be one way or another. Now, you have an idea about how are you, how you see yourself. Now, you might think that you're a really cool dude, or you might think that you're a very shy girl, or you might think that you're an amazing coach, that you are great at marketing, or you're great at sales, or you might think that you're great at something. Can you type it in the comments, guys? What do you think about yourself? Like, do you have like a good concept? Are you proud of yourself? I'd like to see you, because then this is how you see yourself, and this is how others see you. And you know that it doesn't matter how you think about yourself. I mean, it's going to influence your certainty, the way you talk, the way you stand up, the way you do things. It's going to influence people around you, and it's going to influence the way they see you. But there's going to be always differences, right? Because if you ask your mom, well, your mom is in love with you. You are the most beautiful thing on earth for your mom. But when you ask your ex-girlfriend or your ex-boyfriend, well, they might not have the same idea, right? So you're the same person, but people realize or understand things differently. Okay, let me read some comments. Coachable, not lately, but I do know I rock as a teacher and energy healer. Well, Amy, let me tell you something. You rock as a teacher and energy healer now and all the time. Now, your belief about you, it doesn't mean that it's a right belief or that you're right about you. What do you think about you? Now, I know that you rock. I know that you're fucking amazing. Sometimes we just don't feel it, but that doesn't make you less worthy. So just for you to keep in mind, okay? But I guess that you're understanding the differences between what people think about you and what you're trying to communicate to people, because this area in between, this is your personal brand. This is what your personal brand is. Let me read. Andrea says, I'm proud of myself. Yeah, I took a big step into future and more will come. Absolutely, love that. So this is amazing. These are the beliefs. You need to be really careful about what you choose to believe. Now, here what we're doing is we're putting all this stuff out there, okay? The content we create, the way we speak, the things that we do. Now, we do these things depending on how we see ourselves, and then people understand something different. The area in between, this cross area here, this is your personal brand. Now, why am I showing you? Because it doesn't matter how loud you say that you're super cool and you're a great coach. People will believe what they choose to believe, and we cannot change that. We can only influence it, okay? So I'm going to pause here for a second so you guys have time to catch up. And I want to make sure that this concept is completely clear and it makes sense. And if it doesn't, or you have a little question, please let me know, because this is for you, not for me. And I really want to make sure that I'm driving this point home. At the end, I will leave some time for Q&A. And also, if someone here on the call wants me to check the profiles and give you some feedback, I will do it very happily. But for now, let me know if it's all good up until this point. Okay, great. All good. I sense there is some way to best leverage this. Yeah, look, Jesse, the best way to leverage this is firstly to understand how people behave, how this works, and getting feedback from the market, okay? What most people do is to assume that's what the market think about them. And this is why, Jesse, I keep telling on the group calls that we're having with my students, I keep giving feedback and letting everyone know that these group calls are really important for us to get feedback and understanding how people see you, how people understand your personal brand. Because you could walk, all day with a t-shirt that says I'm the coolest shit in the world, and everyone thinks that you're a moron, right? So unless you ask them, hey, do you think I'm the coolest shit in the world? You will never know. So this is why feedback is important, okay? So let's work on the exercise. This is one of my favorite exercises when it comes to personal branding. It's super powerful. So, okay, so Sarah says, I'd love your feedback on anything. Cool, Sarah. We're happy to choose your profile. I'm not going to have time to go through everyone's profile, but I'll do at least one, okay? Now, let's get your personal brand right. Guys, take notes on that because this is important, okay? And this is going to make a big difference on your online game. Now, let's draw 3 circles, which I'm not drawing because I draw like terribly. So these are 3 circles, and what do we have? The first thing that we need to work on is your story. What's your story? Okay. Your values, your mission, your results, and now it's a great time of the year to do that. Basically, because we all get excited about the new year, we make the New Year's resolution and all this sort of stuff. And one exercise that I'm doing today and tomorrow, it's putting down my mission, the results I want, the values that I have moving forward, and also your story. Your story is the experiences that you've had until this point in life. What makes you want to become a coach or an entrepreneur or a business owner? What struggles did you go through? What wins did you have? What is your mission? What results did you get for yourself? Or what results did you get for your clients and your values? All this sort of stuff is super important, because on the second circle, we have your niche, your audience, your raving fans. Sorry, there's a spelling mistake here. It's fans with an A. I know better than that. So now, remember the circle that we've seen before? When you create your brand, which includes your story, your values, your mission, your results, and a bunch of things that we'll see now, you need always to put your niche in your mind. Your niche or your audience, the people that you're serving, your brand, it is the message that is talking to these people. So when you have a story, values, a mission, personal results, client results that are actually oriented, talking, related to your niche, to your audience, an audience that eventually will become your raving fans, what's going to happen is that you become the authority. Why? Because these people, your niche, they want to get where you are. And when they see your journey, when they see where you come from, when they see all the things that you've overcome in your past, all the wins that you have, everything that you're doing today that makes you who you are, that's got you where you are today in life, it's going to make you the authority because they're going to understand that you can help. While I'm doing that, guys, type it in the chat box if you have any question, and I want you to smash the love button as well. So I see these beautiful hats coming up. Oh, see, Carlos is liking my stuff. The third circle, what we have in the third circle is your value. And now, what is your value? Your value, like we all valuable, we just need to believe it, right? Because that's why I put here ownership and service to your niche. What does it mean? If you don't believe that you're fucking amazing, no one will. So you need to own it. You need to own who you are. That's why I'm always talking about being authentic, understanding who you are, loving who you are, being happy in your own skin, and loving everything that you are, your weaknesses and your strengths, because this is going to make you relatable to your niche. And when they see that you can add value to their lives, to businesses, to whatever it is that you're helping them with, which is your value and the service that you're doing to them, then you're going to create an impression to your niche. And this is something that goes like really deep down. People feel emotions. This is why you create a bond with your niche, with your audience, because you're sharing who you are, you're owning who you are. Not only what you do, what you've done, but you share your vulnerabilities. You share the good things and the bad things. And people are sick of seeing other people on social media sharing like selfies in front of a private jet or driving Ferraris and all this kind of bullshit. You need to be real. And look, if you have a Ferrari and that's what you like, great, share it. But don't pretend that you're perfect. Own who you are, be authentic, live out of a place of authenticity, and strive to serve your niche, and you'll build this impression with them. And that goes beyond anything that you can imagine. They feel connected to you. And when you own who you are and you build this impression to your niche and you give value and you help them and you have your story, and it's also oriented to your niche, it's talking to your niche, they relate to your story, to your mission, to your values and your results, what's going to happen is that you will be building your identity. And all this together will build your brand. And see, there is no website, there is no logo, there is nothing here that it's fancy. There's no funnels, there is not anything but your principles, your values, your story, your journey, owning who you are, being authentic, serving to this niche. All this is all you need. And this is what you need to put into your Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram profile, because this is what's underneath the fluff. So people will connect with you. Is it making sense? Really good. Cool. And I really wanna show you how to do that, because you can do that with the content, you can do that with your profile, you can do that in very, very, very different ways. So I'm guessing that it makes sense because I see a lot of hearts coming up. That's amazing. Great. Thanks, Jesse. Yeah, Nadija says that he loves the diagram. Awesome. This kind of diagram works really well to explain complex concepts, because people, when we see shapes, it is easy for us to understand. So now, how do you do a branding audit? And how do I do a branding audit for my clients? I'm going to show you like a checklist. And this is someone who you don't know. Let's say you need to do a branding audit and you need to give someone some feedback. What are the things that you need to look at? And once this is finished, what we will do is we will go into one of your profiles. We'll pick Sarah's profile because she was the first one raising the hand, and we'll check everything out, okay? So these are the checkpoints that you wanna look for in a brand. The first one, what's the perceived value versus the real value ratio? What it means is, the perceived value. If you have a Facebook profile, and when I say a Facebook profile, I mean the content, the photos that you post, the results that you get, and all this sort of stuff, people will perceive some value from you. What does it mean? You might look very cheap, you might look very expensive. If you always dressed up in nice clothes and your photos look professional and you're shooting videos in expensive buildings, or you have like an expensive office, people will perceive that you're someone of value. If you have photos with people like influencers, Gary Vee or Tony Robbins, or important people that everyone knows that they're celebrities, the people will start perceiving your value as really high. Now, let's say that you have like a perceived value that's really high, and then you want to charge $500 for your coaching program. People will feel weird because it's like, well, there's something not matching here. So he looks very expensive, he looks very professional, he looks very knowledgeable. And then when I jump with them on the call, they tell me that the 6 weeks program or 6 months, they're only going to charge me $500. That doesn't make any sense. So you'll push people away. Now, on the other hand, if you look very cheap, you're always dressed like whatever. If your photos are poor quality, your results are not even there, people will perceive you as someone who is not very valuable, right? Because they will, look, if you're always dressing like a homeless person, nothing wrong with homeless people, but people will perceive through your brands that you have a small value. And then if you're a great coach and you're charging $10,000 for 2 months of coaching, when you ask for the money, they'll say, no way, you look super cheap. Like this is not worth my money. So this is why it's important that when we look at your profile, you understand what's the impression, what's the feeling. Does it look good? Does it look expensive? Does it look valuable? What I'm trying to communicate. This is why it's super important to have feedback. And that's what I'm going to give you when I finish this. Now, look at your profile, and I want you to, that's not literally, okay? But you need to step back. You need to step back and look at something from the distance, and how does it look? How does it feel? How does it sound? Does it feel good? When you grab an iPhone, you buy an iPhone or an Apple or MacBook or an iMac, whatever you buy from Apple. These people, they understand that looking, sounding, and feeling good, it is mandatory. These people, they also design. When you open the Apple from the box of an iPhone, that it takes like some time to open up because it's so tight that it takes like a few seconds. The time that it takes for the box to be open when you pull the lid, it is something that the designers from Apple have actually designed. It's not by chance. Why? Because they understand how important it is to make a brand feel good, look good, sound good, feel good. For example, Harley Davidson, the motorcycles brand. Did you know that the sound that a Harley Davidson motor makes, it is patented? So it's a so particular sound that they don't want anyone else to copy it. So this is the level of detail that big brands are taking about their products. So you can do the same in a much more easy and cost-efficient way. Jesse says it drives me crazy. I'm not sure what drives you crazy. Okay. The third point is, does everyone else see, hear, and feel the same? Because let me tell you, you might be designing your profile, even creating your banners, your presentations, your content, and you think it's amazing. And you put it out there and it's crickets. So, well, the only way you have to understand if you're getting the results that you want out of the branding that you're building for yourself is to ask your market, get feedback. Okay, because you might think it's amazing. And I promise, after like 1 hour, 2 hours designing your banner or a flyer or anything, you're gonna love it. And I've done it. I had my own digital marketing agency, and after a while designing something, because you've seen it, you got familiar with it, you love it. But someone who just comes in the room and looks at it, they're like, what the fuck is this shit? So you need to get feedback to understand if your branding is right. And then you might like, I mean, did you guys have, notice that I'm always wearing black? And in winter, I'm wearing always turtleneck? I'm doing it on purpose, because I'm trying to communicate a certain message with my brand, and I'm being consistent with the colors. I'm always dressing black, not only when I shoot videos, but all the time. Like even my undies are black. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, right? So if I wanted to communicate clarity and, I don't know, like lightness or something like that, I would probably be dressing white. But because what I'm communicating is some kind of seriousness, and I'm a cheeky Spaniard as well, but I want to be consistent with my coloring, my website, my presentations, they're all dark. So I'm doing it on purpose. Maybe someone will come one day and say, hey, you look like an idiot dressed in black. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to change the color, right? But you don't assume they're black for a different reason, okay? Don't assume. Look, when you build a business and you create a brand, don't think, oh yeah, the market they're gonna love my shit. No, don't assume stuff. Ask the market and say, hey, market, do you like this stuff? And they'll say, oh yeah, I love it. Cool, and then you have something good. But if they say, oh, I hate this shit, then you need to adjust your approach, okay? This is why feedback and the opinion of your market is super important. Now, number 5, what do I think that I'm communicating? And as I just told you, I want to communicate like some kind of seriousness, some kind of whatever it is that you try to communicate. Be clear with the message that you want to convey. And once you're clear with it, ask for feedback. And this is one exercise that we do in our group calls. It is to give feedback. It's like, say, we look at a profile, which we're going to do with Sarah in a minute. And we look at the profile and we say, okay, what do you try to communicate? Write it down on a piece of paper. And everyone else looking at the profile, what you do is you write 3 words that this profile, this brand is communicating to you. And then at the end, if the words that the person who is the one with the brand match with everyone else's opinion, then they're doing something right. So we're gonna do this exercise in a minute. It's gonna be fun. Now, what do I think I communicate? What do they think I communicate? Because as I said before, I think I'm communicating I'm someone smart and cool, right? And you might think this guy looks like an idiot dressed in black and with these stupid turtlenecks. And he's trying to communicate that he's the smartest guy in the room. And they're like, okay, cool. And now I know what I tried to say, what you're understanding, and what I need to change to make it work. And 7, what kind of audience are you attracting? Because I hear that all the time. I'm talking to people who have no money, and I'm talking to the wrong people all the time. Well, then my first question would be, what is the message that you're putting out there? How are you showing up? What do you believe? Because if you believe that life sucks and making money is a problem, you will attract people who think that way. You will attract people with no money. You put the energy out there, and this is exactly what you're going to get back. You get in life as much, you get out of life as much as you put in. So this is it is amazing how this works. You live in you operate from a state of scarcity. You'll attract people with having the same problems, the same mindset. And finally, what can I change to improve it? Once you get all these checkpoints and you ask these questions to your market, then the last question is, what can I change to improve what I'm doing? So that's the Q&A now, guys. So let me know if you have any questions up until this point, and I'm gonna wait for a few seconds, and then we will look at Sarah's profile. I would like you to do something. I would like you to, Sarah, please write down on a piece of paper, and don't really show or write anything in the comments, the 3 words that you want to communicate with your branding, with your profile. That could be professionalism, positive attitude. It could be approachable. It could be friendly. It could be serious. It could be whatever it is that you want to communicate with your profile. Please write it down in a piece of paper, 3 words. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to look at your profile, and we are going to, everyone is going to type in the comments like 2 or 3 words of what you think when you see Sarah's profile. And with that information, what we will do is at the end, when everyone's shared their opinion, we will look at what you write down in the piece of paper. We will look at what everyone else is saying, and then we'll see if there is a match. If there is a match, perfect. And if there is no match, then you need to change some things. And then I'll give you a hand understanding what you need to change. Jesse is saying, where would you go to perform a branding audit? In groups on Facebook, friends, family, etc.? Great question. Well, the first place that I would do is in the paid group that you're part of. Because if we get like 10 to 20 people in these group calls and we ask every one of them, we will give you like a very honest feedback, and we're not going to lie, and you'll get a very good information out of it. If that's not an option, for you it is, but if it's not an option, find 5 people that are in your niche. Don't go to family. Don't ask to your mom. And ask people who are in your niche, people who don't know you very well. Because if you ask a really good friend, they'll say it's amazing. If you ask to your mom, they'll say it's the most perfect. So find someone who might be your ideal client. So now, Sarah, can you please confirm when you have written down these 3 words? And I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to share again. And now I'm going to go on Facebook. And here, I'm going to click on Sarah White's profile. And now I would like everyone in this call, guys, please, I would like, please type in the comment section, type the words that you think when you see Sarah's profile. And I'll wait for a few minutes because I really want your honest opinion here. Okay, is everyone watching at Sarah's profile? Please go to the profile, have a look, and type it in the comments. Creative, happy, kind. Okay, Amy says creative, happy, kind. Thanks, Amy. Thanks a lot. What else? Everyone else watching, please type it in the comments. Let's make sure that everyone's giving some feedback, and then we'll see if it matches or not. And if you want, Sarah, I'll give you some feedback on everything here. Okay, so we got Andrea, creative, honest, and open. Oh, it's coming creative, honest, open. Yeah, they all align. So hey, Jesse and Adich, can you please type it in the comments so we can move on? And I'm really curious to see what you guys think, and I'm sure that Sarah will be even more interested. Cool. I'm gonna wait for 2 more, and then we'll reveal what Sarah has in her piece of paper. Okay, we got, sorry, I'm having a hard time to read those. Nice picture in the post, looks authentic. Oops, let me see. Too many pictures. I can't really read the whole comment. Let me see. Nice picture on the spot, looks authentic, more live events. The banner is nice with maybe a bit too many pictures. Creative, honest, open, artist for sure. Country life, love, creative, happy, kind. Okay, so Sarah, can you please type your 3 words here? Nadege says natural, colorful, smiling. Love it, love it. Thank you guys. Appreciate your support here. Sarah, can you please type in the comments what are the 3 words that you wrote down before? Just gonna wait for a second, and then we'll see if there's a match or there's not a match. And don't make that up. Write the same words. Don't make them match now, Sarah. Okay, Sarah says peace, healing, and fun. Great. So now, guys, what do you think? Is there a match or not? Because we got peace, healing, and fun, natural, colorful, smiling, artsy, country life, love, authentic, live events, nice. Okay, so what do you think, Sarah? Do you feel it's a match or not? And this is something that you need to say, okay? Because you got 3 words, but you probably want to, I mean, to me, it looks like it matches. It matches pretty well. You want to say peace, healing, and fun. And people say natural, colorful, and smiling, which to me, it's almost the same. Artists, yeah. So let me know what's your opinion. Okay, so Sarah, I think it's a match. Thank you. Okay, Sarah, great. Yeah, it is a match. I think it is a match. Now, is there room for improvement? Totally. I know that you said, okay, let me see. Colorful, smiling. I mean, I think it's a match as well. Now, if you don't mind, I'll give you some feedback here, okay? And now this is how I brand my profile, how I help my clients brand the profiles. What happens now is that when you reach out to someone, you build your audience and you start adding people to your profile, people will see that the first thing, and the second thing they will click probably is your picture or read that, okay? So this is what I call the curiosity funnel principle. When the banner is too salesy, you're gonna be pushing people away. So for example, you say in your banner, I'll help you heal through arts and empowerment coaching. Now, even though it's not salesy, it's like, well, are you gonna help me? You really? You don't know me. How dare you to say that you're gonna help me? And I know that it's just a banner, but this is what goes into people's minds, okay? So the first thing you want to put here, what I would put is, this is amazing, like you with the paint, that's freaking amazing. The first thing I would do is to move this photo, this part of the photo up so people can see it from the computer and also from the phone, because now this text is covered by, sorry, a profile picture. Sarah, empowerment coach, artist and published author. Cool. Now you're giving them all the information. What I would do in this case, it is to create a banner that's got your photo. This is a great photo. May make it bigger. And then write down here something that is inspiring, something like a quote. I always use quotes, like a quote from Van Gogh, a quote from some kind of authority, a famous quote, something that your niche, your audience are going to resonate with. Because if they resonate with it, they will feel compelled to keep looking. If they don't, or they feel like it's salesy or it's pushy, they'll just walk away and go somewhere else. So this is why you do that. And why you want to do that? Because then you'll have more opportunities in your profile to tell them what you do through your content, through your photos, through the featured photo. You don't have featured photos here. The featured photos are the photos that you can choose yourself and just put them in there. I only have one. I used to have 9. Here, you can choose what photo you're going to put here. In this case, I put a call to action to my group, but usually what you put here is 9 photos. And these 9 photos are going to include photos that are going to make you relatable to your niche. If your niche are single moms, well, you want to put a photo with your kids here so they see that you're also one of them. If you have been in an event with Tony Robbins and you know that your clients know Tony Robbins, you're going to put this photo here. If you're a family man, or if you want to put this kind of photos here, so to start building all the steps that we've mentioned before. If you remember, all these things here, your story, your journey, your results, your values, your mission, the service that you do, all this stuff, you want to put it as much as you can on your profile. You will be talking about that on your content as well. You're going to put it in your banner. So for example, here what I do is products are made in the factory, but brands are created in the mind. Why do I say that? Because it's a really cool quote and a lot of people love it and people resonate with it. I'm not saying I help people, entrepreneurs, build brands and make money, because then everyone jumping on my profile will know that the first thing I'm going to do is to pitch them or try to sell them into my services. And I want them to be curious. I want them to find value. I want them to want to be here to consume my free information, because when they consume my content, I will get them through the know, like, and trust, and I will be building a 7-figure brand. So now, what I say here is not another coach's coach, because these days, everyone's coaching coaches, right? And I don't want people to think that I'm the same. So yes, I do help successful leaders get to 6 figures and beyond online. So now people can read that and understand that what I do, keep understanding them. They might not get clear enough, but at least I'm not pushing them away. Let me look at your comments for a second. Now, okay, hang on a second. I can't really read feedback. Thank you. No worries. So that's good. I would play a little bit more with your banner. The next thing that I would do is, okay, entrepreneur. Instead of that, I would say, I wouldn't say this is your page. I would create here, it works at Sarah White. So you create your own Facebook page and everyone knows that you are a coach or you're a business owner and you're working at Sarah White, which is your business, right? Business bootcamp, this is not giving me like a lot of information about your studies. Business results expert, that could give me a little bit of information. This definitely is not. This it is because it tells me that you are a fan of Tony Robbins, or so you could be a coach. Now, in this section here, you want to have no more than 5. And see, I've just built this business, Kairos Consulting. I'm also the owner of Carlos Adel, which is my page. And then what I talk about here is I've got 5 things, no more. I don't want to bore people with details. But everything I put here is related to business or my companies. So they know that I'm a founder and a CEO, that I've been running several businesses, that I've studied personal and business coaching at FIG, which is like an ICF coaching school. And I'm also in Tony Robbins Master University. So this is going to make myself relatable to my potential clients. So you want to do that, 5, only 5. Now, when it comes to your post, you're getting great engagement. That's beautiful. So it's 93 people. That's awesome. Always, always, always on Facebook, use content, written content, plus a photo. And this photo needs to be of yourself, okay? It's called Facebook, not quote book. And you're going to get better results with the engagement. Also, hashtags. Hashtags are for Instagram. On Facebook, I wouldn't use more than 2 because nobody uses, they're not made for the platform. So I would get rid of them totally. If you would need to use them, no more than 2. See the engagement, 93. A smile, beautiful face, photo of yourself. It's been here for just today, 93 people. This one here, it's been here for 2 days, 13 people. Why? Do you want to know the why? One of the reasons is because this photo it is not a photo of a human being. It's not a photo of yourself. It's not someone smiling. It's not something that people would really be drawn to it, because people on Facebook, they just log in on Facebook because they want to get entertained. They bored. They enjoy seeing people. They enjoy seeing other people, what they're doing. They the secret stalkers. You know, tell them stories. Tell them stories about your journey, and always, 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 always use a photo of yourself or a photo of people having fun, people smiling. That's going to work always way better. The GIFs never work well on your personal profile. The same happens with videos. This is why you only have one piece of engagement. If you need to write one of these questions, what I would suggest is using this format here. Let me see if I can find it. This format. This is a format that's designed for Facebook. Facebook. It's a feature from Facebook, and it's gonna get you way better results in terms of engagement and interaction. Like that. See, 24, Merry Christmas. Yeah, so see, this got a little bit better. Photos will always perform much better. So I hope that this feedback is helping, guys. Let me go back to my screen and look, you have any questions about what we've discussed today? I'm gonna wait for a few minutes, and if you have any questions, guys, I'm happy to reply to anything you might have to ask. And otherwise, I'm gonna wish you a great 2021. Let me go back to. Okay, now I'm seeing the messages. So yeah. I hope that was helpful, guys. As I said, I'm going to wait a minute just in case you have some question. If you've watched that far, please type replay. If it's replay, don't worry about typing live because we're going to wrap it up. If you have any question, of course, feel free to send me a message or comments below. And thanks, Amy. I really appreciate it. Okay, Nadeja is asking, where do you get the Facebook format for posts image? Great question. Look, what I suggest doing, Nadeja, is to go to canva.com, and you will get here, if you type in, for example, Facebook, you'll got Facebook app, ad, Facebook cover, Facebook event cover, Facebook post, Facebook, and every one of those will give you like a bunch of different templates that you can use. I personally do my designs using Photoshop, but Canva is a great place to go. Nikki, thanks a lot. Happy that you enjoyed that. Canva, yeah, Canva. Look, guys. If you want the presentation, by the way, send me a message on Facebook or type it in the comments and tag me in the comments, and I'll be happy to send you the presentation. There's not much in there. It's just what we've been discussing, but at least you'll get the presentation to check it whenever you want. But please don't share it with anyone. Okay, let me go back. Use Canva. I'll look for the templates. Yeah, no worries. Thank you, guys. Hey, Nadeja, if you have any question that I haven't answered here, please feel free to send me a message. And that's all, guys. We've been here, how long? 1 hour? Is that long? Wow. Okay, so look, guys, you have an amazing Happy New Year, and keep an eye, because next year we're gonna keep dropping content. And by the way, we're running the next challenge of the pilot program next January. It's gonna start on the 17th. I'm gonna get only 15 coaches in there, and I'm gonna help you out, guys, for free to get your next high-paying client. So if you're interested, please let me know. I'll be posting in the group. I'll be chat sequencing everyone that's be sending messages to everyone that's shown interest in the next challenge. If you want to join, please let me know before it fills up. Otherwise, I'll have to put you into the wait list for the one that we're gonna do in February. So that's all, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for tuning in. You're freaking amazing. And start believing that you are a rock star. If you're a coach, man, you're the best coach ever. And you need to believe it, because that's the only way that you're going to become who you want to become. So that's all for today, guys. Love you and have an amazing, amazing, amazing end of the year. And talk to you soon.